All right, so we are getting ready to wind down the show, but I always ask my guests if they have any questions they want to hit me with, anything. But audience has banned the question of why'd you start the Side Hustler Society. They've heard it 3 times. They said, Elijah, if someone asks you that again, we're gonna shoot them. I wouldn't want to see you shot, Taylor. So let's not ask that question. But you got any questions you want to hit me with?
Um, I won't ask you the question that everybody's asked you. I will say, what is like when you have left this earth? I don't want to say die, but when you have left this earth, what is the legacy that you want to leave behind? What is the thing that you want people to be able to say about you? What is the history per se? When somebody looks up, oh, what Elijah? Well, who was that? What did he do? What impact did he make? What do you want that to look like?
Ooh, a legacy question. I like that. Okay. Well, I guess for the general public, I want to leave my mark when it comes to financial education because I feel like the school system has failed young adults specifically, but really people in general. Some people could say it's a conspiracy theory. Some people could just say it just devolved over time. Whichever one you believe, I lean closer to the conspiracy theory side. I'm just going to be honest. There's evidence to back it up. It's not a theory, but they don't give you the tools you need to succeed financially. Not just when it comes to budgeting, but and this is the unique thing that I offer. There's plenty of people behind me that talk about in terms of books, that talk about the same or similar financial education. But the thing that I bring this unique to the market is really the concept of understanding your financial personality. I wrote about this in my book, but there's 6 financial personalities. And when you find out which one you are, it lays a blueprint on what are the things that you're going to struggle with when it comes to budgeting based on your emotional strengths and weaknesses. And what are the things you're good at. And just by having that knowledge and knowing that you shouldn't be dropping under 10% when it comes to your overall spending, that way you'll always be moving head financially. 6 categories I talk about. If you don't have a business, it's 5. It's spending money on yourself, investments, savings, expenses, and donations. You need to be spending money on those categories at all times. Even if times get rough, 10% in each category at the very least. If you can't do that, you need to make more money. And when it comes to making money, if you know your financial personality, there are certain personality types that are catered towards specific skill sets, specific careers that you can use to maximize your income based on your talents. A lot of times we get crowbarred into things that we don't have the natural skill for, so our income is just peaked by default. When if you had the knowledge of what your financial personality was, you would know that, hey, this over here has a greater ceiling for you in terms of income potential because you know your personality. That's the mark I want to leave on the financial world that I feel is severely lacking in the world. And this is something I can't blame the school system for. It's kind of semi nuanced because if we, I don't know where it is right now, but Sales Dogs by Blair Singer, he applies this concept and applies it to dogs, except for it's in the sales field.
Yeah.
That kind of inspired me to come up with something, but just for financial education in general, not just strictly sales. I think that really needs to be out there in the world. And that's what I do. What I do. That's what I want people to remember me for when I'm gone.
Absolutely. And that's inspiring, that you kind of have the resources that you've created to help people with that. I don't think I've gotten your book yet, but I know like what you speaking about. I'm very like interested in kind of learning more about your thoughts and how you kind of break everything down. I definitely don't know my financial personality. So that's gonna be something that's going to bring some revelation to me and maybe help me to pivot, you know, uh, pivot more towards that, what I'm able to find from that.
Hmm. Well, there's a formula that you take a test, and the test will tell you what your personality is. But me being the creator, I can kind of gauge which one. I think you might be the conservative, but you would have to take the test to be sure. But you can find out the conservative strengths and weaknesses, in the book. Another important thing is Your weaknesses don't have to stay weaknesses. When you know what they are, well, there's ways you can strengthen them.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely knowing your weaknesses and maybe leveraging your weaknesses. Maybe it's a weakness in one area, but if you use it in another area, it's actually a strength. And so, um, yeah, absolutely, like that is important to kind of have that self-awareness of, self-awareness is so key when it comes to just kind of building yourself financially. You definitely need to understand who you are, your strength, your weaknesses, your goals, your purpose. That all, to me, it all ties into it.
Well, the official slogan of Financial Anatomy is "Learn how to take control of your financial destiny." I was tempted to use another one, and that other slogan was "Putting the personal in personal finance."
Hey, I mean, that's catchy, because unlike unlike the a lot of the other people who talk about finance, where everybody says the same thing, like this is what you need to do, and it's like, no, that doesn't work for everybody, because that's not how everybody thinks, that's not how everybody is created. So there are, like, obviously laws and principles to follow that works for everyone, but then there's little details in within that where it's like, this may work for you, and this may not work for you, so um, it's important to be able to kind of cover all those things so people know that they have, different options.
Sup everyone, y'all just watched a clip from one of the episodes of the Side Hustler Society podcast. If you want to check out the full episode, you can click on the link in the description right now, or click on the video that's showing in the end screen. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new, and hit that bell notification if you want to be notified when another episode drops, and a thumbs up on this video is very much appreciated. I'll catch you in the next one.